So today we're gonna talk about this this classic movie right here. I'm gonna focus on the whole series, 1 through 8, but we're gonna start with the first two movies of the series, and that's Friday the 13th, the original classic, and then Friday the 13th Part 2. So I'm gonna break this down in stanzas. We're gonna do the first two, then we'll do Part 3 and 4, then we'll do 5 and 6, and then we'll finish with 7 and 8. It's gonna be at different times. I'm not gonna do it all at once. I'm doing the first two this week. I may do the next two a couple weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. I mean, because I got all kinds of other show topics and things I want to touch on. So I'm not just gonna do this, in a straight line. So you get a little bit here, a little bit there. But the first Friday the 13th is basically about, it's a mysterious killer that shows up at Camp Crystal Lake. Nobody knows who it is, but I mean, why keep it a secret? It's Pamela Voorhees, Jason's mom. Jason's mom started off as the killer in the first movie, and it leads to all the rest of them. And the protagonist of the movie is Alice. She's the main character. Okay, so Mrs. Voorhees goes about killing everybody. And you know how it is, man. These horror movies and sex. If you're going to be screwing, man, during a horror movie, just be ready to die. You're going to die. I mean, what the hell? It's like almost like Friday the 13th is a catalyst for all these horror movies now, from then to now, that if it's a sex scene, that person's going to die, or those people are going to die. So it was a famous actor in the first one, Kevin Bacon, one of the most famous actors out there. That was one of his first movie roles, was in the original Friday the 13th. So, him, his character, and another character named Marcy, they decided to go have sex in the bunk bed. And one of the kills that was like, unseen during those days, remember this came out in 1980, Mrs. Voorhees was under the bed. So after they finished, doing the dirty deed, the Marcy girl gets up to go to the bathroom. And, Kevin Bacon just laying there. And then all of a sudden, man, you just see a hand grab the top of his head like that. And then you just see a damn arrowhead coming through his throat about right there. And it's crazy because, man, she was under the bed turning the damn thing. So the damn arrowhead is turning in his throat. So that was a gruesome kill. And then she ended up going to the bathroom to kill her. Typical people on the movie screen, man. They hear a noise and they want to be bold and go and investigate. So she's in the bathroom. Miss Voorhees done walked in the bathroom, and she hearing noises, and so she goes opening curtains and everything. And then she opened that last curtain, and you just see the shadow behind her head, man, of this damn axe. As soon as the old girl turned around, she put the axe right in her head. And those are going to be a couple of the scenes that we're going to look at, because we're going to look at just some of the kills. We're not going to watch the whole movie, because I'm probably get copyright, strike or something. What else? So basically she goes around killing everybody in the camp, and it comes down to her and Alice, man. They have a knockout drag out. Miss Voorhees, man, I mean, at one time Miss Voorhees beating the shit out of her. She gets mad, and she, basically blaming Alice for the murder of Jason, along with all the other camp counselors. She's talking to herself. She's talking as Jason, saying, kill her, mommy, kill her. She can't hide, no place to hide, all that good stuff. Very classic horror movie, man. Like I said, one of my favorite series of all time. And I have no issue talking about this series. This is all 8 movies right here. This is the box set. I know a lot of people don't really have DVDs no more, but I still have some of mine, the important ones. And this is an important one because this was during my childhood. Anybody that know me know I was a big time Jason nut. These movies don't scare me. I'm kind of mum to scary movies because my mother and I, as I said, we watched all kinds of horror movies. I grew up on them. So this is more comedic to me. I laugh at this, this series. A lot of funny kills, a lot of funny moments in this DVD series. So there's nothing scary, nothing scary about it to me. It's more comedic. But like I said, it's a series that I love. Okay, so now let's talk about Friday the 13th Part 2. Basically, Jason's vengeance. He's been brought back to life. At the end of the first one, Alice ended up decapitating Miss Voorhees. And then you saw little bubblehead Jason come out of the water and drag Alice down. And that was the beginning of Jason's, marathon and killing people, whoever came to Camp Crystal Lake. So Friday 13th Part 2 basically starts off with Jason. Somehow, some way, this damn dude done found out where Alice lives. So this is 2 months later after the incident at Camp Crystal Lake, with Alice, the sole survivor. Somehow this damn dude found out where Alice lived. How the hell did he find out where she lived? And he left Camp Crystal Lake to go and make this kill. So that tell you how bad Jay wanted her, boy. Hey, she cut his mama head off, so he had to get her somehow. But it just baffles me that he found out where the hell she lived. So he ended up walking to her crib, man. And, she's on edge, man. Any little noise, she's scared. So she hearing noises in the apartment. And she goes searching around for the noises. That's what they always do on the screen, on the movie screen. People just curious. They don't just leave well enough alone. People be curious and go trying to find the sound and find what they're not looking for. So she didn't find anything. She picked up a knife and everything. She was looking around, didn't find nothing. And she happened to have a cat. And so she opens the refrigerator door to get her cat some cat food. And lo and behold, Pamela Voorhees' head is sitting in the refrigerator. So she starts screaming. And once she starts screaming, you just saw a pair of hands. Like one hand, his right hand grabbed the top of her head. Well, his left hand grabbed the top of her head. His right hand had the damn ice pick in his hand. And he stuck the ice pick like right in her temple and killed her. So, Jason got his payback on Alice. And that's basically how Part 2 began. So, it's another, somebody else coming in trying to train camp counselors on the shores of Camp Crystal Lake. They training them, trying to get them right. So, when the camp does open, everybody know what to do with it, I guess. But, that shit not going to work. And you had Paul. He's running everything right now. So Paul and then Jenny. Jenny's the main focus of the of this movie. Paul, he like kind of runs the camp counselor training thing, and Jenny's his assistant. But they're lovers too. But that's his assistant. And so Paul has all the camp counselors around the fire, telling them the story of Jason. Telling them that his mom went on a killing spree back in 57 and then 79, killing everybody because she blamed them for letting Jason drown. They was counselors having sex and they weren't paying attention, and her baby drowned, so that made her go ape shit and kill everybody. Then he talked about how Alice decapitated her, and she basically was a sole survivor, but she came up missing. And so the events that's taking place now with Paul and the camp counselors, on the shores of Camp Crystal Lake, it's 5 years later now. So Jason's like damn near adult. I would say he's between 17 and 19. And so the killing begins with this deputy seeing somebody run across the road. And this Jason character cracks me up because, this is before the hockey mask. He has a damn bag on his head, so I call him Baghead Jason. He got this white burlap sack on his head. And so the cop sees him run across the road, and he decides to chase him, Why you do that, man? So he ends up going to a shack, and that happens to be the shack that Jason lives in. So he walks in there, He goes to the back room. He opens the door. And then, his eyes are like bucked, in amazement because, it's all lit up. You see his face all lit up. And they not showing the audience what he's seeing. And, the way the camera is set, you can see in back of him. And you just see Jason walking up. And he ended up putting the backside of the hammer, put it in his head and killed him. So that was like one of the first kills. And so Paul ended up telling the camp counselors they had one last night, to hit the town and party it up before training starts. So most of them end up leaving, including Paul and Jenny. They all left, went to the bar, and 6 of the counselors stayed behind. And those 6 counselors end up getting diddy in, man. They shouldn't have stayed. They all should have went. And so I got to tell y'all about this one kill, though, man. And I got it. Oh, shoot, I got to sneeze. I had to get that out. I'm sorry. But this one kill, man, like I said, these Jason movies, I more laugh at than anything. And I'm sorry, you guys may think I'm an asshole, but I don't care. This part is funny to me. And I'm going to show it. This one guy, he's a paraplegic. I think his name Mark. He's a paraplegic, and that's not funny at all. I'm not laughing at his handicap, but I'm laughing at how Jason killed him, man. I mean, the poor dude, he just sitting there, like, outside of the house, like on the porch area, and then it's a long staircase going down. And he just sitting there, and it's a rainstorm. And they showing the camera is showing it from Jason's point of view. So Jason walking up to him, getting closer and closer to the back of his head. And then, man, he just put that damn machete right in his face, man. Like, right in his face. And so he ended up spinning around and going down the stairs backwards. He's going down the stairs backwards. And he's going fast as hell. You would have thought his wheelchair would have fell over, but it didn't. And he just rolling down the stairs, and that damn machete just stayed stuck in his face, man. I mean, it didn't come out or nothing. It was like the damn machete was going for a ride. Man, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. That part makes me crack up every time. Every time. So, hey, I'm sorry. If you think I'm an asshole for laughing at that, then so be it. But that's like a funny kill. And so he ended up killing this one couple. They decided to go upstairs and screw. Like I told you, man, you have sex, you're going to die. Jay walks in, man. He got the spear in his hand. And, old boy's on top of old girl. And she got her eyes closed, and she happened to open her eyes, man. Eyes got all bucked. And that's when they show Jay, man, put that spear right through both of them. Another kill is this one girl. She went investigating because, she's wondering where everybody was. Everybody was dead, but she was wondering where everybody was. So she going upstairs, and she goes to a bedroom, and she looks in the bed, and it's like, like a figure in the bed, but it's covered with the sheets. So as she get close to the bed, man, old baghead Jay come out. That white burlap sack on his head. And he cut her leg. And then she moves back to the closet area. And the one guy who was killed with the spear on top of the other girl, he's sitting in the closet. And then Jay just come up to her, man. They show like a close-up shot of the knife, him holding the knife and walking to her, and he ended up doing her in. And, Paul and Jenny decide to come back, and they, wondering what's going on. Everything's in disarray. Paul and Jason end up having a knockout drag out. He didn't kill Paul, but he knocked him out. And then that's when the chase with Jenny and Jason begins, man. Jason basically chased her all over the woods. It's a couple more scenes I'm going to show them. But he basically chased her all over the woods, and then she finds Jason's shack. She thinking it's, a regular place. So, she like, help me and all that. And she go run in the shack, and then she can see through the window Jason coming after her. So she barricaded herself in that room with Pamela Voorhees' head. Jason has Pamela Voorhees' head on the altar. And so, she tried to do a Jedi mind trick on Jay, man. Jay ended up breaking through the door, and she put the gray sweater, Pamela Voorhees' gray sweater on. And she started acting like his mama. She like, you did a good job. You done well, Jason. And she trying to get Jason to kneel down because she done grabbed this machete and she's about to try to hit Jason in the head with the machete. And Jason, she's tricking him because as she's talking, Jason's seeing his mother's, image, and then he's hearing her voice, but it's really Jenny talking. And then right when Jenny was about to come down on his head with that machete, he happened to look around her leg and he saw his mom's head still on the altar, so that snapped him out of it. And so as she was coming down with that machete, he blocked it with that pickaxe, and then he ended up slicing her leg with the pickaxe. And then that's when Paul ended up coming. Like I said, he didn't kill him, so Paul came to save the day again. And him and Jason getting to, tussle and fight. And you could tell this Jason is still partly human, because the Jason from the later movies, there's no way he's going to be able to have there's no way Paul would be able to physically handle Jason the way he was handling him a little bit. It would be no chance. And so all in all, what happened was Jenny ended up getting a machete. And right when Jason was about to kill Paul, she put that machete in his shoulder. And so when he fell down, she took the bag off his head, and they both had like a disgusted look on his face because, man, Jay grotesque. And then they went back to the cabin. And I'm not even going to tell y'all this. I'm going to just let y'all see, because I did like a little video clip of what happened basically at the end. I mean, the director and everybody did a good job with giving us the full view of Jason. So you guys gonna find out. As usual, I want to thank you all for tuning into my video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Anything you can do to support your boy, please do. And be aware and be ready for more content coming, pretty soon. Peace.